When Jon Stewart returned to The Daily Show, bringing with him his signature wit and biting political commentary, few expected that his sharpest salvo of the week would be directed not at politicians, but at Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. In a recent episode, Stewart dissected Meghan's latest Netflix series with a level of scrutiny that left no stone unturned, exposing layers of artifice, opportunism, and public manipulation. In an age where celebrity narratives often go unchallenged, Stewart's takedown was a breath of fresh air and a wake-up call to audiences who have grown weary of the Markle media machine. Stewart opened his segment with a characteristic smirk, immediately questioning the authenticity of Meghan's new docuseries. According to Stewart, what was marketed as a groundbreaking look at modern royalty quickly devolved into a self-serving exercise in image rehabilitation. He played clips from the show, highlighting moments where Meghan lamented her struggles with the British tabloids, only to juxtapose them with her calculated press appearances and carefully choreographed public outings. Stewart pointed out the contradiction between a supposed desire for privacy and a relentless pursuit of the spotlight, a pattern that has become the hallmark of Meghan's post-royal career. Diving deeper, Stewart scrutinized the production's narrative structure, exposing how the documentary conveniently omitted key controversies. While the series dwelled extensively on Meghan's victimhood, it glossed over well-documented instances where palace staff accused her of bullying, as reported by The Times in 2021. Stewart even referenced the internal investigation launched by Buckingham Palace, which, though ultimately kept private, cast a long shadow over the Duchess's claims of innocence. Rather than address these issues head-on, the Netflix series sidestepped them, opting for a sanitized portrayal that served Meghan's interests. In a particularly scathing segment, Stewart called out the series' selective editing. He showcased how interviews with supportive friends and experts were intercut with archival footage of Meghan at charity events, creating the illusion of widespread public endorsement. Stewart cited polling data from reputable organizations like YouGov, which show that Meghan and Prince Harry's favorability ratings in the UK have plummeted since their 2020 exit from royal duties. Far from being universally beloved, Stewart argued, Meghan's divisive reputation is a direct consequence of her own actions, something the documentary works overtime to conceal. When Jon Stewart returned to The Daily Show, bringing with him his signature wit and biting political commentary, few expected that his sharpest salvo of the week. Stewart's takedown didn't stop at the content itself. He questioned the ethics of Meghan's lucrative deal with Netflix, reportedly worth over $100 million. How does one go from denouncing the press to cashing in on the biggest streaming platform in the world? Stewart quipped. He pointed to the irony of Meghan's ongoing lawsuits against British tabloids, arguing that her relentless pursuit of media exposure undermines her credibility as a victim. Stewart deftly drew parallels between Meghan's narrative control and the kind of political spin he's famous for lampooning, suggesting that the Duchess is less a victim than a savvy operator who knows how to play the system. The episode also highlighted the impact of Meghan's actions on the royal family itself. Stewart referenced Prince Harry's strained relationships with his brother Prince William and father King Charles III, noting how the Netflix series exacerbates these rifts by airing private grievances on a global stage. He cited recent statements from palace insiders, who have accused the Sussexes of exploiting their royal connections while simultaneously denigrating the institution. Stewart argued that Meghan's approach has caused lasting damage to the monarchy's public image, deepening divisions not just within the family, but also among the British public. Stewart didn't shy away from tackling Meghan's claims of racism within the royal family, a central theme of both her Oprah interview and the new series. While acknowledging the seriousness of such allegations, Stewart criticized the lack of concrete evidence provided in the documentary. He pointed out that significant accusations require substantiation, yet this series relies heavily on innuendo and emotional appeals rather than verifiable facts. By failing to substantiate these claims, Stewart argued, Meghan risks trivializing genuine cases of discrimination and undermines the credibility of her own narrative. In one of the most talked-about moments of the episode, Stewart played a montage of Meghan's various business ventures since leaving royal life, from podcast deals to children's books and now a Netflix empire. He questioned whether Meghan's professed desire for a quiet life was ever genuine or whether it was a strategic rebranding designed to maximize her earning potential. It's hard to be both a reluctant public figure and a relentless entrepreneur, Stewart observed, adding that the American public is growing increasingly skeptical of Meghan's dual personas. Stewart's takedown didn't stop at the content itself. He questioned the ethics of Meghan's lucrative deal with Netflix, reportedly worth over $100 million. How does one go from denouncing the press to cashing in on the biggest streaming platform in the world? Stewart quipped. He pointed to the irony of Meghan's ongoing lawsuits against British tabloids. The fallout from Stewart's segment was immediate. Social media erupted with praise for his unapologetic approach, with many viewers expressing relief that someone was finally willing to challenge Meghan's carefully curated public image. Media commentators echoed Stewart's critiques, with several British tabloids running headlines about the hypocrisy and self-aggrandizement on display in the Netflix series. Even some of Meghan's former supporters admitted that the documentary raised more questions than it answered, and that Stewart's fact-based analysis was difficult to refute. Ultimately, Stewart's takedown serves as a reminder that celebrity narratives should not be accepted at face value, especially when they are as meticulously crafted as Meghan Markle's. By holding the Netflix series to account and bringing overlooked facts to light, Stewart has reignited a vital conversation about truth, accountability, and the dangers of unchecked celebrity influence. In a world saturated with spin, it's voices like Stewart's that ensure the public remains vigilant and that no one, not even a duchess, is above scrutiny.